So over the past couple days, every single content creator and their mother has talked about how good the Kaeya permafrost build is because, let's be real, it's really strong. Xingqiu and Kaeya make an excellent combo, and Kaeya and Chongyun make an excellent combo, and well, that's almost it for Cryo characters. So instead of making the same old video you guys have seen about Kaeya and Xingqiu for a 5th or 6th time, I'm gonna go ahead and make a video talking about the state of Cryo compositions because they're about to change, but right now they kind of have some room to grow. Let me start off by saying no Cryo character in this game is bad, in my opinion. I think they all have their own specific role, and I think they all do their role well. I think the issue just comes with synergy because there's only a couple characters you can run together optimally to get Cryo resonance, and like I said, that's gonna change when new characters come out. Obviously Ganyu's coming soon, and we know Ayaka is a real character that we are allowed to talk about to some extent, so realistically we will see more Cryo characters in the future, and this will probably change. So right now what we know as good Cryo composition comes down to basically two combinations. You have Kaeya and Chongyun, which is an excellent combo if you build Kaeya to have cryo damage, specifically because he's able to put out a lot of cryo damage with his Q ability and a lot of cryo damage with his E ability, and Chongyun just makes it so all of his basic attacks can become cryo. That is the #1 combo for cryo resonance right now, but that's not to say that other combinations are bad. Obviously Diona and Chi-Chi are very strong characters by themselves. A lot of us have kind of forgot that Chi-Chi existed, specifically because Diona does her job really well and she provides shield, and she's more accessible than Chi-Chi is because Chi-Chi's a 5-star character, so you don't hear a lot about Chi-Chi anymore. But Chi-Chi can fill Diona's role with slightly better healing, you just don't get the shielding effect, so you kinda get to pick and choose if you have both of them. So currently Cryo is one of the best elements in the game. Obviously it's overshadowed by Pyro. Pyro is just always going to be strong with the nature of Pyro and how it reacts to things, but Cryo is very strong, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Obviously we all love Cryo because you're able to kill the Electro Fatui and everyone hates fighting those, but more realistically the reason it's so strong is because every character that is Cryo gives so much opportunity for Cryo uptime. Just the introduction of Chongyun makes it so that Cryo uptime isn't a problem even for non-Cryo characters, and that makes it so the Blizzard Strayer set is just always effective. Now Blizzard Strayer isn't really effective on Chongyun because he has Shatter, and that's kind of a trap in itself, but it works with every other character that isn't a Catalyst or a bow user. One of the problems with the Cryo category as it stands right now though is that only Kaeya is able to take advantage of Chongyun's ability, which means the only really effective Cryo uptime build with Cryo resonance that is Kaeya and Chongyun, because Diona doesn't get the Cryo buff on her bow shots, and Chi-Chi doesn't do a lot of damage no matter how you build her. Actually I take that back, she can do a lot of damage, but she's overshadowed by all of the other damage dealing characters that use a sword. In short, it seems like there's more of a problem with Cryo Synergy within the cast of Cryo characters than there is with Cryo Synergy outside of that. My reason for saying this is that if you decide to build Kaeya with Chongyun, it's extremely effective. If you decide to build Chongyun with Chi-Chi, she will get the Cryo effect from that, so that's cool, but I feel like most of the time you're building Chi-Chi as a healer and not so much as a damage dealer. If you decide to build Chongyun with Diona, you're getting Cryo resonance, but I'm not sure for who, unless you're building Chongyun as a main DPS, but Chongyun's own ability kind of gets counteracted by the fact that he has a claymore. I don't know, that's a strange synergy in itself. I definitely believe Chongyun was made to help other characters. And this leaves Kaeya and Diona, but if you're gonna run Kaeya and Diona, you could also run a physical damage Kaeya because you're not gonna get the constant Cryo unless you have uptime on your Q and E. So you see where I'm going with this? Again, not saying Cryo is bad, but it does seem like Cryo has a problem synergizing with itself, less so than it has a problem synergizing with everyone else in the cast. That being said, in the few cases where it does synergize with itself, it's extremely powerful. Kaeya and Chongyun are such an incredible combo right now, and stacking crit rate on top of enemies with Cryo affecting them is really, really powerful just to any character in the game. Now Brax, why are you talking about this? Well, that's because there's gonna be some new Cryo characters coming out relatively soon. Obviously Ganyu is coming out in a matter of days. We are all super excited for her. We also know Ayaka is gonna be coming out sometime in the future. We have no idea if that's soon or not, but that will probably change the status of Cryo forever because you're gonna have Chongyun who's able to help out Ayaka most likely, and Ganyu is gonna probably be either a main DPS or a support that can fill the role of what Kaeya was doing previously. The addition of Ganyu specifically, if she's able to be a main DPS, will change Cryo. It will change how we can synergize with Cryo because you'll be able to run someone like Ganyu and Chi-Chi, and while they won't need to necessarily synergize Cryo itself, Ganyu will be able to put out so much damage just by herself that is Cryo procs that the Blizzard Strayer set will be effective, and in addition to that, you're gonna get the Cryo resonance from running her with Chi-Chi, who's a healer. Alternatively, Ganyu and Diona is gonna be a perfect combo. It is 2 bow users, but you're still gonna be able to get shields and more Cryo uptime with Ganyu. The only person that Ganyu's not necessarily going to synergize with would be Chong-Yun, and I think in some cases Kaeya, and the only reason I say that is because Chong-Yun won't really affect her bow shots, and Kaeya is another kind of DPS carry in my opinion. You can run Kaeya as a support, and I think that would be relatively effective, but I do think he does a really great job of being a carry in either the physical or cryo category, and if Ganyu's being a carry, well then you have two cryo carries, and that ultimately is just kind of ineffective when you're trying to get multiple elements procced at a time, so that way you can clear all sorts of content. But essentially, I'm excited because with the addition of Ganyu and Ayaka, we're going to see some new cryo compositions where the characters don't actually get in each other's way, and their kits can be used to benefit each other, much like how other characters in different categories of elements can actually be used together and not get in each other's way and actually benefit each other as well. Basically, the TLDR of this is that Ganyu is going to change cryo because Ganyu is going to provide another opportunity for a different kind of weapon user and a different kind of kit user to use alternative forms of secondary cryo characters for either support or DPS, depending on, again, whether or not Ganyu is a support or damage character, but just her addition to the roster is huge for the cryo category, and I wouldn't be surprised if it became close to as strong as Pyro just due to the synergies you can have with other characters like Xinqiu. And of course, when Ayaka comes out, it opens up even more opportunities. The only bummer about this is that there's only 3 4-star cryo characters in the game currently, and so when half the roster is locked out to 5-star characters, it does create a problem for free to play, and I hope that MiHoYo finds a way to remedy that soon. And yes, I'm aware that Animo has the same issue, but I do feel like Animo characters are all in like a really good spot, and you do get one of the 5-star characters, which is the Traveler, for free. So, and while we're on the topic, I think that Hydro could also use the same treatment. I think we need a little bit more characters in the Hydro category that play nice with each other and not necessarily all play solo from each other. But anyways, that is about it. That is all I got for you this video. The Ganyu hype is real. I am super excited for her to come out and to mess around with her kit and see how she fits into the roster. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like down below and go ahead and comment if you want to add to the discussion. Thank you guys so much for 10K subs. This isn't a milestone that I ever thought I would reach, and it really just means the world to me that you're all here and interested in the content that I have to produce. So thank you guys again. And if you want to add to the sub count, feel free to subscribe as well. All right, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.